And we should be live. Hello for a special Christmas edition Ender 5 live build, everyone. How's everyone doing? You like my hair? I'm feeling very festive today. So we have a lot of people actually already on the stream. Justin 3D, Welbert, Craig, Danny, Schwester Stefan, 3D Solid, Thomas, Happy Extruder, Merry Christmas to you and all your family, and thank you very much. Marco, Logical Waste, Jake from State Farm, Veronica, hi Veronica, I saw your email. I'll message on Patreon. I'll reply shortly or tomorrow, promise. Print it. Joshua, DeHolly, Zetho. Good evening, everyone. Today's the Christmas. Did you do your Christmas shopping yet? You better have. Hey, Wispiel, Tom, Filament's Frenzy. There's a box, like a digital box, not physically. A digital box. Wait, what box? What's going on, everybody's houses day before Christmas? Merry Christmas to you, Gassner. Well bought. What digital box? Oh, okay. I can remove that box. Give me a second. There. Okay. Box gone. I left it on autofocus and it keeps showing that box. So apologies. It's gone now. Camera box, focus box. Okay, camera focus box in the middle of the screen like a frame. Okay, it's gone now. Okay, so tonight is a special last live stream of the year. Celebrate a year without blue smoke or lights going out for now. Night's still young. We're going to do the Ender 5, and this is a recently released Ender variant, let's call it. Merry Christmas, Joe. So, this is not a Core XY. This is what's called an HBot. Similar to a Core XY, but not exactly. So first of all, a few comments, because I put everything on the table here. Creality are doing a really nice thing with this packaging and pre-assembling a lot of the most complicated parts. So you have the bottom frame here. This is the top frame, which houses the... So it has, so you guys can see, okay, let's hold it like this. Okay, so you have this motor which controls the Y movement, and you have this motor here which controls the X movement. So this would be sitting like this. This isn't the first time I've seen a setup like this, because usually you have one motor here which controls both of them. So but it would be only on one side. So this is interesting. I think it's going to give it more stability. But anyway, there's that. The base, fully enclosed, just as I like to see. See, bottom plate. It has a main well power supply. It also has instructions on the plate here on how to assemble it, just in case. You have the Z-axis fully assembled. And print with that, it's already broken. Good evening, Sintonics. So, another thing I've noticed, so this build plate, this is the removable bed. But this is like those fridge magnets kind of thing. And I think Maker's Muse had done a video about using something like this. So I wonder if they took the idea from there. Anyway, it'll be nice to know if the magnet part of it will remain there even after cycling the heat so much. It is the most wonderful stream of the year. There'll be blue smoke blowing, a filament flowing to be in good cheer. I apologize if I'm sniffling or if I have a bit of a weird voice. I'm still a bit under the weather, but I'm doing okay. Hey, good to see you better today. Thanks, Trace. Jimmy Shaw's Tidbits. Hello, Joe. Hi, everyone. Hello. Merry Christmas to Chaos. Sahil. Okay, so we're gonna get started with the build, and you're gonna want to see that. Maybe actually I should hold on. I should move this out of the way for you guys so you can see better. Probably there. Let's make it smaller. Okay, that should be better. There, so you guys can see better what I'm doing. I wasn't expecting. Yeah, I'm ignoring all that at the moment. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a very good mood. I've had a nice, relaxing day, so now I'm just going to finish it off with a nice live stream, live build, and you never know, blue smoke. So we have instructions. Very simple, because ultimately all I have to attach is literally these four 20 by 40 beams on each corner, the top part and the z-axis and the bed and the extruder, and that's it, and the screen. So, Gaming Bros, hey, I am your biggest fan. Gaming Bros, don't ask for a free printer. But thank you for being my biggest fan. Andrew Petty, thank you very much, dude. Merry Christmas to you too. Okay, been a long time since I have called up a live show. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Brian. Okay, so should be a quick, although I'm not going to rush this. I want to take my time, nice and easy. There's no rush. I'm not working tomorrow. I'm officially, well, on holiday. Let's call it holiday for now. And all I need to do is this, and so there are holes up here which need to go at the top. Come on. 3D Solid. You hope it has TMC stepper drivers. It's funny because I was thinking about the exact same thing. I think we're at the point now that, wait, hold on. Whoa, there. I think we're at the point now where it's due that 3D printers as kits should come equipped with stepper drivers. You know, at least they should be quiet. I think it's due now that all 3D printers should have TMC drivers, at least 2100 drivers or 2208. So, what's in the control box? You want to see what's in the control box? We can open the control box. Okay, let's see. There's no rush. You're going to take it easy. I think this is better than the Ender 3 Pro, about a month ago, and still hasn't shipped from Creality. I don't know. Honestly speaking, I haven't tried the Ender 3 Pro. As a model design, as a 3D printer design, having the bed in a fixed state and only having the bed move up and down is ideal for better quality prints because you have less inertia. But we'll see. I wouldn't know because I haven't tried either yet. Derek Scrivens, thank you very much for the 20 pounds, man. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, I'm guessing, or tier. Same to you, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Okay. Let me get this. Okay, so we have a fan there. So it's actually mostly the power supply. You have the Creality board with integrated drivers on it. I have no idea what drivers they are, but I doubt they would be TMC. I really don't know. No additional place for an extra extruder. I'm guessing this is the same board that is on the Ender 3 at the moment. So I doubt they're TMC drivers. It does have a very nice slim meanwhile power supply, which is beautifully wired. So kudos to Creality for actually learning. Where do I put the screws? Hey, Heino. Happy holidays to you too, buddy. It is a true meanwhile power supply. Yes, it is. That I can confirm. Now, I have to say that Creality are trying. They're trying. And there's a reason why some of their printers are slightly going up in price. Because they're actually using quality products. Maybe not completely there just yet. I honestly look forward to the day 3D printers from Creality come out with E3D hot ends. I mean genuine E3D hot ends. Hey Ben, good evening. Cześć Michał. How was Christmas? No, that's happy birthday. Wszystkiego najlepszego. Is that like congratulations for anything or just for birthdays? Was it a meanwhile supply? Yes, it is. Wszystkiego najlepszego. Yes. Morning. Merry Christmas from Malta. I can see my first printer under a tree, but Mrs. won't let me have it. More than their machines would make more for the money. Very true. This is the new Creality Core XY. Not exactly a Core XY, it's an H-bot. So not there just yet for Creality, but I think this is a good step. This is a step in the right direction. So what Creality need to do now, and hopefully they're listening, is create, I'm not going to call it a budget 3D printer, because if you want a really, really good printer that's quiet, that has all the bells and whistles, you're going to need to spend a bit more money. So I want, from Creality, a Core XY machine that uses original E3D hot ends, TMC drivers, that has run-out filament sensor, and a power off resume function, which does not rely on the SD card, so you don't kill the SD cards. Am I asking too much already? Yeah, but just have it, genuinely good parts. It's not an H-bot. Yes, it's an H-bot. It's what this is called. It's definitely not a Core XY. Peter Stimple, thank you very much for the €5, buddy. Cheers, mate. Can't wait for tomorrow. Purchase a Prusa kit. You have helped me a lot with assembling the kit just by doing your live build. Thank you very much. Love from Germany. Thank you so much, dude. So if this is not an H-bot, which I'm quite sure it is, I've had this discussion about 2 years ago on the channel because I called it a Core XY. What is it? And a 32-bit controller. Yes, that. You asked for a Prusa Mark III. Actually, technically speaking, I would have asked for a Prusa Mark IV then, because Mark III is a Cartesian. Let's put it here. Good run, family Christmas brunch. We'll chicken later. Thank you very much, buddy. Thanks, Chris. Hold on. Let me just move this up a bit so you guys can see better what I'm doing. There you go. Apologies. Okay, no, it's not an H-bot. So what is it? You're going to tell me it's not an H-bot. At least tell me what do you call it. Grumpy dude? No. Okay, this one goes that way. Not that I know of, at least. But it can be the Mark III because the Mark III is a Cartesian. Yes, Canadian maker. As far as I can tell, they're exactly the same main board. It is Cartesian. Isn't Cartesian like a Prusa style printer, Cartesian printer? Anyway, I'm not going to argue because all I know is from what I've been told by companies and the internet. So I can't verify myself. I didn't invent it, so no. So I'm not going to argue with you. There are multiple Cartesian styles. Joe, what do you reckon we'll be looking at the Mark IV, kind of with the Mark IIs for now? I think it's time for Prusa to probably step it up now. Too much competition, so it has to be a 32-bit board. Ben, thank you very much, dude. Thank you so much, buddy. Merry Noobmas. Man, your awesomeness continue. May your awesomeness continue to 2019 and beyond. Thanks for the recent RT. It might not seem a lot to many, but support is something I really appreciate. It's an absolute pleasure, buddy. Thank you very much. I'm first saying the reason Prusa hasn't released the bigger i3 is because of frame stability issues. The other frame would wobble too much. Yep. Although I remember Prusa doing a survey asking people what their ideal or the best size 3D printer would be. And everyone, the majority was, the consensus was 30 by 30 by 30. Not bigger, which is surprising. Okay, back, front. I'm assuming that now I need to do the back. See, and do this. No idea where this goes. Okay, so this has. Ooh, okay. That way, screws going from this side. Yes, they do. Your head is epic. Thank you. If I miss any questions, please forgive me. And if any of you guys see a question for me, just point it out. Elliot Cooper, thank you very much, buddy. Happy Christmas, Joe, family. Hope 2019 brings a lot of happiness and awesome projects for us. Thank you very much, dude. Mark, by the way, Joe, if you need help MIDI, do get in contact. I have someone who can get in contact with the right people if you don't mention. Thank you very much, Mark. Actually, I do need help. Mainly more for me to understand, because my job is to actually create an MQF level 1, 2, and 3 syllabus, which then I need to present to a lot of ministers and directors. So I'm kind of pooping my pants a little bit, but I should have a meeting soon to kind of clarify exactly what the requirements are. On HBOT or CoreXY, the x-axis is not driven by one motor. on this print by only one motor. So you have one motor for the X, one motor for the Y, but they each work independently. So you have one X-axis motor which moves the X and one Y motor which moves the Y. They're not in tandem as a Core XY. It's not a Core XY. I can definitely confirm that. Olive Reed, get well soon. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you. Okay, so that goes there. Okay, now we need this. This has to go. Can you guys still see up there? This thing is actually quite massive. All right. Chris Browning, thank you very much, dude. Merry Christmas, keep making. Thank you so much. Okay. At least it's very easy to assemble. That's really so bad. I understood, Gaming Bros, and I already asked you not to ask for one. All three axes are perpendicular to each other. So, Gordon H, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, dude. All the best to you for 2019. Thank you very much, Gordon. See, I made a boo-boo. Okay. I could have stayed looking for that hole for quite some time. Vincent, there by yourself, half a spool of filament. Merry Christmas, you're great, and here's to great 2019. Thank you very much, buddy. I think I have more than enough spools at the moment to go by. A magical fart machine, but the wife doesn't appreciate it. No, they never do. And they really should. Can we just call it a 3D printer? Thank you. Yes, it's a 3D printer. That's all that matters. That is all that ever matters. Let's call it, in that case, let's call it a 2+1D printer. Rather than a 2D plus 1D. No, because if we do 2D plus 1D, then it will be 3DD. This conversation is going south very quickly. Folger Tech FD5 is not a Core XY, it's the same as the Ender 5. The FT6, correct. The Folger Tech, the FD5, is not a Core XY. In here, I'm going to throw this in here. There. I'm going to put this here. But it's square. The printer dials, the y-axis, the x-axis, and the meaning of them. Gary, yeah, I could actually. I could do a decent enough series on that, I think. I hope. Laylis, no. You don't get to do that. You go in timeout. And that's strike 3 for me. So, there you go. Oh, there you go. So, let's just... There. Thanks, Ben. All right, so that's one. Ooh, there's, wow, lots of screws to put on. Hey, Mike is in the house. Okay, it's fun wearing this Christmas hat thingy, but it's really hot, so I'm going to take it off for now. Okay, that goes there. I can tell you this, whether it's a Cartesian, an H-bot, or whatever it is, this is going to be one solid 3D printer. I can guarantee that. The build volume is 220 by 220 by 300. Sorry. Because it's slightly larger than the Ender 3 on the Z-axis. Do you find that this is an interesting build? Yes, actually. It feels like it's probably the most solid Creality I've ever put together so far. I mean, the frame is screwed on in all the right places to make it really solid. There you go. Is the ball screw on the Z-axis? Yes, it is. And it also has an anti-backlash nut at the bottom here. So hold on. Let me see if I can do that. I don't know if you guys can see. Yes, you can. It's an anti-backlash nut over there just for more stability. Any plans to have hands sorry, on the Prusa SL1? At the moment, I cannot afford it for sure. So unless Prusa decides to send me one, which she hasn't mentioned anything about, I doubt I will be. Although yes, I'd love to try one. What? Because I have no idea what I'm doing there. There you go. How much does it run? As in price-wise, there's a link in the description. I think it's about $329, if I'm not wrong. No, this is a normal lead screw. It's not a ball screw. Sorry, I completely missed that. Hey, Rui. Feeling a bit better. Could be much better, but feeling better. Okay, so it's the front, it's the back. We need to put this here. Hawk 3D Prudo. Prusa SL1 fun. Thank you very much, buddy. No, dude, don't worry about it. I'd love to try one because I'd like to see if it's worth the money Prusa's asking for it. Because I really like my my Anycubic Photon. I like it a lot, actually. And it's like half the price, so it'll be interesting to compare. How is the weather in Malta at the moment? It's cold, but it's almost always sunny. Let's go in here. So I have to figure out. There are three. There you go. Three of these. I just want to attach the screen. I'm trying to figure out which one it goes into. Which one does it go into? Alright. Okay. EXP3. That's 1, 2, 3. You need a Trilib Delta, man. That's amazing. I'm hoping I'll get one. Okay, so solid so far. -10, like, oh no, as if it goes -10 in Malta, people will die here. There's no central heating in Malta. People would be freaking out here if it goes below 5 degrees. Like, they'd be literally freaking out if it goes below 5 degrees. It can be a problem if the photo, when Nestle doesn't agitate the resin, because it might sit and separate a bit. But yeah, it still works though. Oh, Salt TRC, dude. My wife is going to kill me, but I really love what you do. Merry Christmas. Go buy yourself some filament. Dude, man. First of all, apologize to your wife on my behalf. Dude, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. You know what? Just for that, I will do, I'll get myself that, what do you call it? The Lego Technic to do the live build, and I'll dedicate it to you. Okay, so. Dude, thank you so much, man. Hey, Wexter's Geeky Stuff is here. Should I buy Ender 5 or Ender 3 Pro? I have no idea what this... Oh, that's a nice... Okay, so... Just in and the... Oh, that's in. Quarter twist. That's nice. I mean, it's nothing special, but it's nice. Okay. So this... be like this. So I guess, yep. Dude, you're so fun. Thank you very much. Hey, Jeffrey's in the house. Let's put it up here. Don't know if this... They go, oh yes. So yeah, I'm gonna do, now I can confirm that I'm definitely gonna do it. Because if I don't get it as a gift, I'll thanks to Old Soul TRC, I'll buy it myself. I'm gonna do a Lego Technic live stream, which will probably be a very long one. But once again, please apologize to your wife on my behalf. Okay, so that goes there. This seems, I'm going to put it a bit further up because I don't want to strain the PTFE tube a lot. Cześć, Kamil. Jak się masz? What's the best Chinese printer you reviewed? It's funny because I think so far my most favorite Chinese 3D printers I haven't reviewed yet. And at the moment, as it stands, they're the CR20 and the TiVo Flash. Definitely my two favorite Chinese, like the Chinese kit printers, let's call them. 3D printing stuff. Just get that Lego technique. Don't think about it. It's just great. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, another thing I need to show. Look what Creality have included. They included clips, pneumatic coupler clips. So you can just slide it in there. So there's no backlash. Finally, see, this is what I'm liking about Creality. They're learning. They listen and they learn. And that's always a good thing. What are these screws for? For the bed. Greetings from Austria. Greetings. So the TiVo Flash, I really like the. So it's not perfect, but it's definitely one of my favorites. And it's not perfect because I still believe they could use better quality parts in certain aspects, like the fans, for example. But the print quality is really good, and so is the CR20. That thing is just awesome. What is my opinion on the CR10 Pro? I'm still gathering my opinion on it. I haven't used it enough to have like a proper opinion on it. But I have to say that I do like it. It's treating me well so far. I've printed some FlexFold this week with it. Hold on, let me turn this around. So once again, you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to be attaching the bed. Yeah, they asked me if I want to review the ANET Plus, the ANET A8 Plus. I'm not entirely convinced I want to give them that exposure. But at the same time, I want to see if they've made any improvements, if they put the thermal runaway protection on, if they're still using their dodgy firmware, and I want to tell people about it. Stefan Sundstrom, Lego Technic Fund. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you so much. Excuse me. I'll need some water soon. Yeah, just on a good day, even on a bad day, stay away from an ANET nowadays. There are way better options than ANET. I'd love to trial that rail core. Honestly speaking, I was looking at the review that Joel was doing. So I have an FT5, which I'm going to be bringing up here very soon. It's almost fully custom. And I want to finish it up because I want to start using it. And I will show you guys exactly what I did to it so far. So, okay, I think that's about it on assembly. Hold on. Yep, the other way. There. It's way too big. Okay. So now it's cables. That goes in there. Let's see. We're going to do all this nice and neat. So this is the bed. And the bed will go up to about there. So I need to see exactly where I'm going to hook this up. No string relief on the bed heater. Yes, no, I noticed that too. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have a string relief. But keep in mind that the bed is only moving slowly up and down. So it's not constantly moving front and back. While I still believe it should have string relief, it's not going to be as bad as if it was like a normal Prusa style printer where the bed is constantly moving back and forth. Patrick, Christmas Lego, just for being an awesome guy we relate to. Thank you very much, buddy. Can it print a turkey? I probably can print a Christmas tree at the moment. Sorry, I'm running out of voice now. Okay, so we start attaching cables. Bed thermistor. Everything is like decently labeled. I'm starting to get really surprised. Okay, so let's see where these go. Hold on, let me attach these first, because this is more important. So, nozzle heat, which would be the red one. This. Okay, this is the same color as this. I'm going to assume it's that one. This is the nozzle thermistor, or thermistor, depending where you're from. And that's the fan. Okay. So these can go here. Could have been slightly longer. I have to dash for 10 minutes. No, I thought I was about to read that I have to do the dishes for 10 minutes. I have an FT5R2. So what, wow. Ultra Base and Do It Wi-Fi. I have the Do It Wi-Fi on mine. I have the BL Touch. I have the Titan Aero. I don't have the silicone heater yet, and I don't have the Volcano in it yet. Vincent, dude, here up my Patreon tier this month. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you so much, dude. So, okay. This is, I'm assuming, the Z. Yep. So this goes down here. That's the Z. This is the Z limit switch. Yep. I'm going to pass it from the back, actually. That way, like this. I think it's cleaner. Okay. There's the Z limit switch, which is up here. Okay. Now we have the extruder. This is the Y and X. So Y, no, Y and X. This is a bit weird in terms of X and X. Okay. All right. Okay. So this goes here. This is the Y. And this goes here. Y and X. X, this one goes here. Sorry if I'm not talking once again. Concentrating. Okay, so technically speaking, that should be it. That's all of it. This needs a bit of cleaning up in terms of cable management. Let me see if I can do something quickly to make it look slightly better. Put that one from here. This one can just go here. How's that strange printer from last stream doing? The Alpha YZU30. It's actually not doing bad. It's not doing bad at all. It has some decent print quality. Slight bit of salmon skin, which unfortunately is the thing with most Chinese printers. I wish they could have done slightly longer cables. Maybe, just so I can route them better. But they do have, see, I don't want them to, I'll leave them hanging like this for now. Okay. Not Core XY at all. See? Not Core XY. Sorted. I told you it's not Core. I wasn't going to argue about the Cartesian, but I definitely not going to argue. I'll argue about the Core XY. It's not a Core XY. So, a Cartesian, I don't know. I'm not going to argue with anyone. I don't feel like arguing. So, all right. So just so you guys know, it's 230 volts. The switch is on off. Okay, I'm gonna shove this in here. Just so you guys know, since this is the last live stream of the year, I didn't do what I usually do, and that is I didn't check if the power supply is going to create blue smoke. So if the stream just dies, and give it 5 minutes. I'll bring it back up. All right, so 3, 2, 1. No, didn't. It works. No blue smoke. I'm sorry. All right, so let's see. Okay, there. So you guys can see the other way. Okay. Let's see, prepare, home. Ooh, so home is over there at the back. Okay, bed leveling, we'll do. So we'll go in the first corner. We'll do that. That looks fine. Next step. Have no idea. Oh, no, it should be all fine. Okay. And if anyone's wondering, yes, once again, I am eyeing my, I tend to eye my bed leveling. Okay, so we'll do auto home. Now, as always, I pre-sliced, I created a quick profile on Simplify 3D. I threw in aim at 20K, it didn't miss much, dude. I created a spanner bot, which I threw in there. So we'll see how that goes. Just need this. I also need to cut this out. So we'll preheat, start printing, and then I level by eye very quickly just to get just a little bit of space. And then what happens is, as soon as it starts printing, I do kind of like on-the-fly leveling. Okay, that goes in there. All right, so I'm gonna preheat. It's going to be interesting to see how you guys are going to see from up there. I have to figure out a way of how to get the camera to see what it's doing. No, it's definitely not TMC. It's the same. It's the same exert board and drivers of the Ender 3. Thank you, Jeff. Who fills with blue smoke? Spannerbot Christmas edition? No, unfortunately not. Although that would have been awesome for Richard to create like a Spannerbot with a beard and a Christmas hat. And multicolor, of course. I just love the dangerous life of on-the-fly leveling. That's all for the printers that rely on one side support for the print bed like this. Too much room for fatigue, an issue down the road. So yes, that I agree. Especially if you're printing something heavy, what could happen is that, so as it gets heavier, this starts tilting. It's not going to tilt by much, but even like 2 millimeters. So I'm pulling it down way, like there's not going to be that much weight. But that's like what, 5 millimeters? And if there's that much weight, like the front's going to be tilting forward the heavier the print gets. But I doubt it's going to get that heavy. 220 by 220 by 300 in height. So, okay, let's see. And print from SD, Spannerbot. So, bed is 20 degrees. Let's see how quickly it can heat up to, where's my clock? Stopwatch. Start. And see how quickly it heats up to 50 degrees. Yes, both the Flash and the CR10S Pro come with the TMC. If I had to choose in between the two, I mean, there's quite a bit of a large price difference. There's about $200 price difference. Excuse me. And if money was no object, then I'd get the CR10S Pro. We're still talking about the HBot. Okay, it's a 3D printer. Let's leave it at that. It's not a Core XY though. Ender 3 Pro. Default current. I haven't looked at my jerk settings yet. 60 millimeters a second is, personally, to me, right at the peak of where 0.20 millimeters layer heights should be at. Pretty small. What's it so big for? It's just sturdiness. 55. That's 1 minute and 45 seconds to reach 55 degrees. Yes, Thingiverse has been ridiculous lately. I have this really weird feeling that Thingiverse, I don't know, it's just a feeling. It's not rumors. I haven't heard anything, but I just feel that Thingiverse, I feel that it won't be around as it is for much longer. Hold on. So for those wondering, this is like a modified version of Filament Frenzy's Ender 3 profile. Because ultimately it's an Ender 3. Okay. So this needs there, and that needs there. Okay. That looks about right. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, so now what you guys need is to see what's happening up there. And I have no idea how I'm going to do that. So let me see if I can do this. No, that doesn't work. It needs to be higher. Hold on. Hold on. Let's try another box of filaments. Let's see how that goes. It's a bit wobbly, but it should work. Yeah, this will do. Whoa. There you go. Good enough. So if the screen moves, it's not because of the printer, it's because that's like the camera is dangling on 3 almost empty boxes of filament. Is that the stock springs? Just tilt the printer. Not a bad idea, actually. But no, like this I can see and I can talk and I don't have to stay looking down. And let me move the bed just a little bit, like that, so I don't stay there. Kyle Randall, thank you for the generous spirit and the enthusiasm you've brought to the 3D printing community, my man. The world needs more like you. Thank you very much, Kyle, dude. Thank you so much. The skirt looks nice. Of course, I leveled it with my eyes. Just kidding. What cameras that you are using? This is the Lumix G7 with a stock, I think it's 14-140 lens. How loud is it? Cannot hear it in the video because my CR10 beside me is so loud. I wouldn't be able to sleep next to it, but it's not going to bother me if it's printing in the background. However, just as an FYI, I have, oh no, it's finished now. I have the Pulse that was printing before and the Mark III, and you don't hear those. How are you streaming in your DSLR? Something I want to do with my cameras. I use the Elgato HD60S capture cards or capture devices. Hello, Joe. Thank you for inspiring work. It made me start 3D printing too. One simple question. Did you reinforce your IKEA tables? Mine seem too wobbly to be used with a 3D printer. To be honest, no, they're not reinforced, but I have so many heavy things on them, they're just reinforcing themselves. Is it just me or is it starting to lift on the right edge? No, it's a shadow. I can see what you're saying because I'm seeing it on the screen. No, it's not lifting. Here, wait, hold on. Just to be sure. There. It's not, actually, you know what? That's, like, that is beautiful. So we'll see how that goes. Layer height, that is 20 microns. 200, oh, 200 microns. Kevin Thomas, thank you very much, dude. Merry Christmas to you and all your family, dude. Thank you so much, buddy. And I saw a post on the MMU bubble. You tweeted, so I'm printing that on my Mark III MMU as well. 7 hours to go, coming up pretty nice. Awesome. Can I sleep? The rule doesn't work with me. I can sleep next to anything. My wife is like that, actually. The fact that she can sleep next to me snoring is a feat. Carlos Guayara, I'm guessing you just asked me to also have videos subtitled in Spanish. Dude, that would be quite a neat trick for me to be able to do. I really wish I could. I try when I do my videos, I try to speak clearly and slowly in order for closed captions to be able to pick up every word properly. It is blowing right on the heat block, the fan. However, the heat block is completely shrouded with the heat shrouding tape and everything, so it should be fine. The temperature is actually very stable, so that I can see that sorts out the issue. Yes, I have a feeling that it will be better than the Ender 3 in terms of print quality. I did a nice courier profile. Can you share if you have? I still have to literally decide on doing some tweaking to a courier profile. I need to delve into it. Hi from Malta. Hey, Madbook. Hi from Malta. Got to go enjoy the rest of the stream. Have a great Christmas, Joe, and best wishes to you and your family. Thank you very much, Ben. I appreciate it, buddy. Happy holidays to you and your family. When you need to be able to use a hardened nozzle though. Would E3D nozzle work on this? Yes, the nozzles do fit. They use the same threads as E3D nozzles. But personally, what I suggest is to do a volcano sort of like upgrade. You don't change everything, so you just change the heat block, and then you'll have like the volcano, the E3D volcano nozzles. That's what I did on my CR10S. If you go printing ABS, you need a special nozzle? No, you don't. ABS prints with normal brass nozzles, but you will need ideally an enclosure in order to keep the layers together. Any clue what is it printing? It's printing a, hold on, let me speed it up a bit. I'm speeding it up a bit. So this was printing at 50, but currently it's every layer is under 15 seconds, so it's probably going to be a bit slower. We'll see. So yeah, I'm printing SpannerBot. Merry Christmas from Argentina. Merry Christmas. Oh, this would be very easy to enclose, like very, very easy. The only issue is, but yeah, what you can do, you'd have to enclose it from from inside the rails rather than from the outside, because there are way too many things happening. You have the wheels of the gantry up here or whatever it's called. So you'd have to do it from the inside. That should be extremely easy to do, actually. Very easy to do. And you can literally just slide. Oh, that's a nice little project, actually, to be honest. It's enclosing the top that's a bit. Although what you can do is have something like this, and then with like a slot here for this to be able to move. That should be fine. Hello from New Tazewell, Tennessee, United States. Howdy. Merry Christmas from Canada. I'd love to be in Canada. I'd love to be in like snow. I mean, I know I have a cold, but I'd love to be in the middle of a snow. In the middle of a white Christmas. Humbug. So let's see if we can make this, hold on, there, slightly better. Let me see if I can zoom further so you guys can see. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll be with you in a minute. How's that for zooming? That's it. Now I know I've made Tom's Filament Frenzy's dreams come true now. So let me crank it up just a little bit more. I don't want to crank it up too much because those are like short layers, and you need time. The reason why it slows down is because you want to give time to the filament to cool down. Manitoba then, about 12 centimeters, just filmed last day. Oh. Hold on, I need to lower this a little bit so you guys can see better. Because now I forgot that this won't actually go. There you go. Who is this moving that? What you suggest? Buy the Volcano Hydran from AliExpress or the official website? Melvin, trust me, yes, it's not cheap, but get the original. Trust me, get the original one, because you'll get the original, even the brass on the nozzles is so much better. I personally would highly recommend you get the original. E3D V6 Lite any good, or only the original one worth it? So E3D V6 Lite is original, but I've recently found out that it has a lot of limitations. So just go for the E3D V6. It's not worth going for the Lite to save a few pounds, because there's only a certain amount of heat that it can go up to. It doesn't go beyond 250 degrees, I think, or 245 degrees. You can only print up to a certain speed, and if I'm not wrong, it's not even a full metal hot end. So trust me, go for a full E3D V6 metal hot end, not the Lite. Good evening, Scaldy YT. I just got an Olsen Ruby for my Mark III. Awesome. I have a Mark III with the Olsen Ruby, and I also have the Pulse. And I also have a Volcano Ruby nozzle, which I still need to use. Melvin, just if you're in the US, you can go to Matter Hackers. If you're in EU, go directly from E3D. Whatever, I mean, I honestly would recommend Matter Hackers, not just because they're my affiliates, but they have really awesome customer support. They really want to accommodate customers, and they're really awesome bunch of people. So just in case you're still wondering, the camera is not moving because of the printer or the bed of the printer is moving. It's the camera that's moving because, see, like I rest on the table and I'm moving, and that's what is the wipe motion it does in each parameter change. I don't know that slicer from Slicer. This is not from Slicer. This is from Simplify 3D. That's 5 millimeters worth of extruder wipe after you finish the perimeter. It's a nozzle wipe. But Slicer has that as well. Volcano Ruby nozzle. I guess your TV Flash is a new friend. Yeah, I cannot advertise it, but yeah, I'll be giving away my TV Flashes to my patrons, both of them. It's the least I can do for their support. I hope camera doesn't slip off. No, it should be fine. I wish I would have thought this through though and get like a decent something for it to sit on. Joe, I'm trying to print some miniatures. What is the best way to get rid of any stringing? Actually, it's funny because I've been thinking about that. One of the major things I found that eliminates stringing most of the time is Z-hop removal. So just get the nozzle wipe rather than having a Z-hop, because Z-hop tends to pull a little string with it. So I usually use like coasting at the end of a layer, 0.2 millimeter, a wipe of 5 millimeter, a retraction speed of usually between 30 to 50 millimeters a second, and depending on not whether it's a Bowden or a direct drive, it could go from 1.5 millimeters to 5.5 millimeters. So I'd say like in total, the speed would probably be equivalent to about 70 or 80 millimeters a second. But since the layers are very short, the speed limiter is going down, so it reduces the speed so the plastic can cool down quick enough. But now as you'll see, the higher it goes, the quicker it will become. Yancel, honestly speaking, I have never in my life used an Ultimaker, so I wouldn't know. Hey Joe, too bad you're out of maple syrup. A mix of it and whiskey makes a good cold chaser. Ooh, that would be nice. Oh, although I'm not out of maple syrup, I still have some. Speaking of the printer recycling program, if I am in the top tier, do I still need to opt in? No, you don't. It will be automatically part of it. What setting is it in? Holly, it's just wiping the nozzle. So that setting is on the very first page of the settings, right at the bottom. It's wipe. You have like a wipe distance of nozzle. And then at the very last page, I think it's at the very last page, you have to choose wipe extruder while retracting. Z-hop is the devil, yes. I just realized something. So It just occurred to me that I sliced it as having the home position on the completely opposite end. So you're going to be looking at his butt very soon. And I'm trying to think, like, why is it starting from the back? So let me do something very quickly. Hopefully I won't ruin it. Hold on. Ouch. Okay. Hopefully I'm not ruining it too much. Let me see if I can still show you guys. There you go. Now let me fix this. There you go. Because I'm noticing, like, why is it starting and finishing at the front? I aligned the seams at the back, but it's because it's completely the other way around. Why your print is 0% infill? It's not, but it's it's so small that 12% doesn't really make much difference. It's better than watching sports. That I completely agree with. Do you use Slicer P for any of your printers, and if not, why? I only use Slicer PE for my Prusa printers because I feel that it's tuned in so perfectly that I don't even use like Slicer or Courier or Simplify 3D or Courier for my Prusa. I only use Slicer for those. For everything else, I tend to use mainly Simplify 3D. The crotch much better, exactly. No crotch bulge on this one. No, not on this one. Is this printer male or female? It's a cyborg, so it's gender neutral. Oh, this world. Was just gone some minutes because Minnie didn't want to sleep. I'd love to have the... Actually, you know what I can do to give you guys a better view? I can just do this. So hold on. Fixing it in a second. Hold on. Wait, because it's there. There. Come on. The other way. There. You can really see the layers now. It's really difficult to see it closer than that. I need a dialed in profile for my 830. 830. Which one is the 830? Oh, that's the G-Tech. Yeah, it's true. The gyro fill is awesome. I love the days before gender neutral. I love the days before anything became so politically correct. Later in the video, Sue and how the print turns out. Yeah, it's going to be a while. What's your overall impression of the noise of this printer? It's not that bad, actually. It's not bothering me at all. So just so you know, like my microphone is literally against the printer. So you can probably hear whatever I'm hearing right now. So that's the thing, I don't have to angle it up, Joshua, because the bed will go down. See, now you can probably see, oh, that's actually really good. So this is the only thing about Creality which I wish they would change. Excuse me. And those, you see those there? Those, that's salmon skin. And that's because they use like cheapish drivers. And that's why I believe they should use TMC drivers to get rid of that stringing. The print would be so much better without salmon skin. This is 0.2 layer. Any news about the Moai 200? Not from my end. Say bottle. 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 When the Maltese version, bottle. It's the high-pitched noises that annoy me. But I have to say, you know what? Okay, bar the salmon skin effect, which I can easily fix using TL smoothers, it's the even layers that I look for. And this is the one thing, salmon skin is similar to ghosting, but it's always circular. It's the layer consistency that matters in a good looking print. Salmon skin can be fixed with TL smoothers. If the board has fixed drivers, if not, you can just change the drivers. But it's the even layers, and the even layers can only happen if it's a solid machine, nothing else. Did I just say that when you came? No, I said bottle, 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 like the Londoners, bottle. For Prusa printers, see, that's the thing. For Prusa printers on Slicer, the Z-hop works most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. You still get a bit of wisps, but it works much better than anything else, mainly because of the speed that it happens at. No, the wipe does not make a bad effect on the perimeter at all. It is looking very nice. I'm quite impressed. Those are some nice consistent layers. When are you going to print the AT or X removing of tracks in AT for my manufacturer? I have mine on the printer right now. It should be done tonight. I didn't know about it actually. How much does the Ender 5 cost? I think it's about $329. At the moment, it's only available direct from Creality. There's a link in the video description, and no, it's not an affiliate link. But I do like this printer, I have to say. I really do. Apt pupil, thank you very much, buddy. Very kind words. Thank you so much, dude. When I switched to 2108 drivers, I was blown away as to why it makes such a difference. Just drive it. It's true. Sorry. Mark, the build volume is 220 by 220 by 300. Drivers make a world of difference. As first 3D printer, you recommend an Ender 3 or an AlphaWise U30? I'm thinking. I think I prefer the Ender 3. Not that the AlphaWise U30 has a bit more features. I just think the print quality. I still have to use the AlphaWise U30 more to know, but they're very much on par. The AlphaWise maybe wins because it has more features. The Ender 3 would win simply because I think I've printed much more with it. I know what it's capable of. I don't know exactly what's the AlphaWise U30 capable of. It's kind of cheating. Although I do modify them slightly. I am using Tom's profile, but I still modify it slightly. I also make sure that the screen shows filament frenzy rules when it's printing. It's just the salmon skin, that's all, because those are beautifully even layers. So now we'll see how it handles the overhangs. When do you teach Filament Frenzy to make a YouTube channel? I've been telling him to start uploading videos. That's what I'm happy about this printer, is the even layers. I'm sure Tom will agree, it's the even layers that matter. Salmon skin, well, that can be fixed with some olive oil, some lemon, and some dill. And some white wine. Question, I've had my A8 for about 2 years and have never updated my firmware. Had much of a difference could I expect in print quality? So apt pupil, please, 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 I'm begging you, update the firmware to Marlin. Do it as quickly as possible. Because if something goes wrong, if one of your thermistor cables disconnects, it does not have thermal runaway. It'll just keep heating until it bursts into flame. So please update your firmware. You'll have thermal runaway. You have lots of more features, especially with the new Marlin. It'll be much more accurate. Please update it. Layers 200 microns. I would throw TL smoothers and a BMG extruder on this baby, but otherwise I like it. True, very true. TL smoothers will do a big difference on the print quality, or it's not that important. It'll make a huge difference on that salmon skin. Those rings you see on the battery, that's salmon skin. With TL smoothers, those would go away. Can't believe I'm watching 3D printing on YouTube while I have 2 printers running behind me. I need help. We all do. Do you have Ender 3 profile available anywhere? Tom, post your website address. That's going to be the best profile you're ever going to find for the Ender 3. What camera are you using? This is a Lumix G7. The Crucial Mystic colors look really nice. Yes, I need to order some. Marlin works on RAMs 1.5. It should. So, just as an FYI, on this profile, Tom had Z-hop and no wipe. I removed Z-hop and I included 4mm, I think, of wipe. Also adjusted the layer height and also the speed slightly. I told you I always tweak a little bit. The Attn 8, and unfortunately now it's even cheaper because it's about 120 euros. But people should stop buying Attn 8s now. There's the Ender 3 at least. Thomas Print 3D? No, Thomas Filament Frenzy. Print 3D is Jeffrey. Do you think Prusa will come out with a new printer within the next 6 months beside the SL1? No, I doubt it will be the SL1. Prusa usually releases printers on what do you call it, around the New York Maker Faire time, and it's usually, the way I've seen it is like the first year, so it was a Mark II, then it was the Mark IIs, then it was the Mark III, so possibly a Mark IIIs, I don't know though, then maybe a Mark IV. To use wood filament, which should I use for a beginner? I'm going to be doing a video very soon on wood filament, on how to get the best results. Because it's not an easy filament to print with. Very, very susceptible to nozzle clogs. But it does smell like wood when it's printing. Mark 42. I think the reason why they still buy an Attn 8 is because, and I mean I agree, and I'm gonna admit to this. People like me are part of the problem because we did so many videos on the Attn 8, which is why I stopped doing any videos related to Attn 8s. Because they feel they have much more support on them. Wood filament, bigger nozzle. Although, yes, that is the common conception, suggestion. But I think I may have found a way to just use a standard 0.4 millimeter nozzle. I'm still testing it out though. Joe, you really need to start doing more 3D printing tutorials. I know, dude, I know. I just have so much fun getting sidetracked with experiments. We tried 0.1 millimeter on outer and 0.2 millimeter on infill. This is possible in Cura. Yeah, I can see how that is possible actually. Because first you do 2 perimeters and then you just do 1 infill. That's interesting, I haven't tried that. Those arms look nice. No, they do look nice actually. Let me see if I can lift this up just a little bit. There, better view. Come on. There. Is this still moving? Stop moving. Come on. There. Stop moving. Oh. Apologies. I'm trying to fix that. There. Stay. actually looks really good. It's the first time I think I printed a model that looks so good on camera in Zoom. Meanwhile, a lot of those videos are how to prevent an instant death trap and how to build a time delay buy. I might be doing another ANET video very soon, but it won't be something a lot of people will like because I might show them how ANETs catch fire and why. With a demonstration. We'll see. I need to buy a fire extinguisher first. I seriously want this printer now. Okay. The good news, the camera sags more than the overhangs. Yes, I've printed this without infill, but I tend to put some infill just so it can take a bit longer so we can chat a bit. How's the cold, Joe? You need honey and lemon, 2 teaspoons sugar and hot water. That will fix you. And some whiskey. I'm doing better now that I'm talking. My sorry, my throat gets a bit ticklish, so I cough, but I'm fine. I'm okay. Tom, you want every printer you see. Yeah, Tom is going to end up living with me here in the garage very soon. I'm surprised Sexy Cyborg has not shown up yet. I don't think she's ever made it to any of my live streams, actually. Joe, what are your suggestions with layer cracks on my Ender 3? Layer cracks, depending... Okay, you have to start with what material you're using, because if you're using ABS, there are a lot of things I can tell you. But if it's PLA, it could be that it's not high enough temperature. The 3DMN, shame on you. All those printers and no fire extinguisher. The thing is, okay, so let me rephrase. I have a very small extinguisher, which is like a handheld extinguisher, but this is why I've stopped using the garage for now, like the makerspace downstairs, because I'm setting up like a system where each printer will have a remote Wi-Fi plug socket in the wall. I am setting up cameras, which I can monitor from anywhere in the world, including with night vision. So, and then what I want to do is I want to set up a fire extinguishing system before I use printers there. In the meantime, I only use printers up here, and usually when I'm around. I've become very aware of the dangers of 3D printing, so just in case. Bye, Joe, I gotta go. Presents in your room. Might start. All right, man. Thank you very much, Steve, for coming about. Joe, did you increase the print speed on the print? No, this is the actual print speed that it was supposed to, but now the layers are more than 15 seconds long, so it goes into its full speed mode. This is like, I think it's 50 millimeters a second. Can't wait for the big Vorpal project. Oh, it's coming. I've been printing so much nylon for it. It's PLA, my temp is 205. If you're, okay, so is it only with one type or many types or all the PLAs you print with? And when you say layer separation, they're just not sticking together, because then it could be that you don't have enough extrusion to push on the layers together. Will that printer be as good as the Ender 3? They all seem to have the same parts from Huddings to rollers. Yes. The difference here is The printer build type. Print XYZ, yes, I'll explain everything, what I'm doing and how it's going to work and everything. Does it true Attn not have Marlin? The file that came on mine on the SD anyway is Marlin. Evidently firmware isn't enabled. Found that out while changing nozzles one day. It is Marlin, but it's an old version of Marlin, very old, with all the safety features off. Would you recommend the Ender 5 over the CR20 or CR20 Pro? Oh, I don't know. I don't know yet because I need to see exactly how it is on larger prints. That's the only thing. But I have a feeling this thing is gonna be a better choice than the CR20, to be honest. Would a Halon system work? It definitely would, but I think it's a bit too complex, to be honest. I could literally just have these small handheld fire extinguishers and just have them set up in a mechanized way where I just hit a button remotely through Wi-Fi or through Arduino, where it just, presses on the lever and just sprays on top of a printer. I think that's going to be one of the easiest solutions. Is Ender 3 Marlin as well? Yes, and it's fully open sourced. Are you going to review the Palette 2? Yes, I'll be reviewing the Palette 2 and the Palette 2 Pro. I don't even think the Ender 3 has thermal runaway protection. Yes, it should be on. As far as I know, it is. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, our argon is, yeah. No, I can't have argon. But it would be cool to tell people, yeah, I have a room full of 3D printers with argon. So for those of you who don't know, argon literally removes all the oxygen in the air. So in order to have a fire, you need three things. You need fuel, oxygen, and heat. Without any one of those three, a fire cannot happen. So argon completely removes oxygen, literally dissipates all the existing oxygen in a room. So the fire just dies, including any people that are still in the room. Anycubic i3 Mega S or Ender 3? I haven't tried the Anycubic i3 Mega S yet, so I wouldn't know, but I love the Ender 3. The CR20, yes, I do have a profile, but not at the moment. I will be uploading all of these. Quick question about PLA on the Prismark 3. A lot of my prints have very fine hair on the back side of the print. Could it be temp being a bit too high using Crucial PLA with their recommended settings? It could be slightly too high because they do tend to overheat it a little bit because it prints so fast, but it could also be because of the Z-hop. Those are little wisps that I was talking about before. Make sure you also have a way of turning off the power to the printer remotely. No sense starting a fire extinguisher without cutting the power to it. Yes, all printers, each and every single printer will be plugged into its independent Wi-Fi controlled plug or socket in the wall, so I can switch them off remotely from wherever I am. What is it, and what does the cleaning filament? All right, so the cleaning filament, or it's called a floss filament. It's like a nylon filament. You can find it on Rigid Ink or Spanner Hands. It's very expensive, but you only use a little bit. You overheat the nozzle and you just push it through, and it just pushes out and removes all the gunk inside the nozzle. It's very effective for nozzle cleaning. Is the Ender 5 more sturdy than the Tronxy X5S, which is a floppy mess? I think a Leaf. Okay, this is going to be very biased because I have very bad experience with the Tronxy. Yeah, it's much more sturdy than the X5S. It's printing okay now. Let me see if I can get the other hand there. Oh, there it is. There they are. Up to is lithophane dead? Lithophane? No, it's not something that dies, honestly speaking. It's just a matter of taste. I think I just need an argon vat. I could get the print going, then lower the whole printer into the vat. So it was done. Pull it out in the vat and retrieve the print. Have you messed with Octoprint or Octopi? Of course. Get around, buddy. Family time. If you don't speak before, have a good day with the family on Tuesday and hope you feel better soon. Thank you very much, Matt. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and thanks for your support, dude. Wouldn't that make your internet connection a single point of failure? Maybe your internet is more stable than mine. I've had my internet fail me possibly twice in the past 3 years, so it's relatively stable. But it's a very good point, actually. I could easily do a backup with a GSM service. So just get a prepaid top up with some data on it and just leave it there as a backup. Hi Joe, how is the 3DMN mural coming on? I received 1 part this week. I still have another 9 parts coming in. Exactly, imagination to form like you buy a couple of meters and it'll last you a lifetime. Zen Garage, buon Natale. I feel like I am at Santa's workshop in my office with 3 printers printing boxes and presents for my grandkids. Is this car XY? Oh, Calvin. Oh, Calvin. If money was no issue, which printer would you like to review? If money was no issue, which printer would I like to review? Honestly, it'll probably be, like if it was a desktop, if we're talking about desktop machines, I'd probably love to try the Sinter at Lisa too, the SLS. What is your extrusion multiplicator? It's 0.96 at the moment, I think, on this. Why do you only have 41K subscribers? You should be 100 plus like Angus and John. One day I'll get there. Does the infill look very weak? It's just a rectilinear. Not even a grid. It's a rectilinear, so it's not there for support. It's just there to waste a bit of time and give me time to talk to you guys. Aaron, no, you didn't procrastinate. The problem is that a lot of people backed out in the last minute, and I had to resend a few emails to the backups, let's call them. Do you still have candy from the mural sendings of everything eaten up or everything in it? No, I still actually have a lot of candy. I gave a lot of it away to kids during holidays and parties. I didn't eat all of it. I ate a lot of it, but not all of it. So, need to stay on task here and Santa's workshop. Have a great Christmas and hope you feel better. Thank you very much, Papa Tech. Thank you so much. To shake the robot's hand. That is really clean. That is really consistent. Oh, this is going to be fun. I won't like this printer. I'm an expert candy eater. Mayan Misfit. Is that, am I supposed to say Aussie, Aussie, Aussie? Oi, oi, oi. 3D printing llama. It's actually doing a decent job, quite a decent job to be honest. So, hold on. That is so close. I love this camera. Oh, it's doing the eyes now. Even happier now, Tom? That is really close. It's like a zoom, but it's like the camera is like a meter away. And that's a digital zoom, it's not an optical zoom. What are the best profile making tips? I don't know how to, it's a long way to explain it, but I never do a layer width of 0.4 if I'm using a 0.4 nozzle. I always do it slightly more, maybe a 0.45 or 0.46. If you're using PLA, don't do a 1 multiplier, do a 0.96 or 0.98. Speed, I tend to stay around the 50 millimeters a second for 0.2 layer heights, around 40 millimeters a second for 0.15 layer heights. For 100 micron layer heights, I usually do about 30 millimeters a second. Yeah, stuff like that. Maybe test driving the E5 soon also. E5? Would you suggest any CR20 upgrades or more, please? At the moment, no, because I'm just trying to print with it. I haven't arrived to that stage yet. This would look epic with a 0.2 millimeter nozzle. Oh yes, I agree. I was waiting for you, Tom. Come on, Joe, get closer. I can't. It's a hassle to fix it. I can get a little bit closer, but not too close because then it will be out of focus. It's so consistent. I'm so impressed. And when I say consistent, let me see if I can do this without breaking anything. So let me see if I, you see those there on the side of the face? Like you see, like it's smooth. It goes down smooth. And that's the layer consistency you want. Like even the hand here, like it's so consistent. I can almost see the atoms. Yeah, you can see the energy. This is $329. What resolution is the camera? It's a 4K camera. This is not 4K though. This is a DSLR. It's not like a webcam or anything. How do you choose your extraction multiplicator? For me, that's why I want to do a video about it, because it's hard for me to explain. I don't do it based on anything other than kind of like instinct or experience. I just play around until I find the right settings, but I rarely do it on one. So with PLA, for example, the reason why most printers or most companies tell it to do a multiplication of 0.9 rather than times 1 is because PLA expands when it is heated up and it doesn't retract when it's cool. So if you do like a multiplication of 1, you will be kind of like over extruding when it's heating up. So you just reduce that a little bit. Is the consistency a product of the filament or the printer, or a bit of both? Bit of both. Definitely a bit of both. But mainly it would be the printer itself, because it has to have, if it starts from a certain coordinate and has to end at a certain coordinate and needs to restart from that same coordinate, the printer has to be solid. It has to be done in a way where it's constantly doing the same movement over and over again, because when there's that little shift, that's where your inconsistent layers come in. Yeah, the infill is just there for show at the moment. It's not even doing anything to this model. It's just literally one, it's a rectilinear or a grid, I can't remember. Dare I ask, is this better than a Prusa? No, I cannot say it is. For many reasons. One, the Prusa has much more features. Two, it doesn't have salmon skin. I can tell you this. So here's something I can, hold on. I'm just going to change it very quickly. So here's how this printer can be better than a Prusa, okay? You see this, the Z gantry here? So it needs 2 of these, 1 on each side, okay, to control the bed, so it's completely level, so 2 Z-axis motors. It needs to have like a Titan, it needs to have like a Titan extruder. I wouldn't even go as far as a direct extruder, it doesn't have to be, but it has to be an original E3D, and possibly an MKS Gen L board, or a Duet Wi-Fi if you have the money for it, and then it'll become extremely solid, and it could be as good, if not better, than a Prusa. But it will cost you money. And that is why it's very difficult to find something that is better than a Prusa, because Prusa uses genuine parts. It's that price for a particular reason. And if someone had to use all these parts to make a printer that's better than a Prusa, then we'd have to splash out on that as well. And that expense is going to go on the consumer, and these things are going to cost more. I'm talking too much. I'm getting excited though, talking about printers. Build area is 220 by 220 by 300. There's a link in the video description with details. What filament are you using? This is Spanner Hands Neon Red. It has a little bit of salmon skin. In fact, you can actually see, if you look at there, you can see those rings there. That's the salmon skin. It's not as prominent as many printers, but it's there. Excuse me. Have you tried mosquito hot end? Not yet, but I should be trying it out. My audio is out of sync. It shouldn't be. Do dampeners affect the print quality? They might make it a little bit better, although it just makes the printer more quiet. It is for 329. I think it's decently priced for that cost, for this quality. Is a CR10A, CR10S maybe you mean? Goodbye, or the TiVo stuff, the TiVo Tornado. TiVo Tornado, if they fix the salmon skin, I'd say TiVo Tornado. Excuse me. What causes salmon skin? It's the drivers usually. It's the steps on the drivers. Something to do with voltage and current or whatever. Or the driver is being a bit of poop. Which is why you should use TMC drivers. Try reloading it. I'm not losing any frames, or everything should be fine. It looks fine from my end. Why do I... Hold on, let me move this here. Maybe you can hear me better like this, because I was covering the microphone. What's your opinion about the Triangle Labs BMG extruder? How is the audio out of sync? It shouldn't be. So weird. Interesting. It shouldn't be out of sync. Oh well. Exactly, just refresh. Your refresh should be fine. Okay, if it's half and half, then it's not my settings. It's just probably wherever you're watching, it's buffering. Yeah, clap. I usually do that, but I have to see from your guys' point of view, not from OBS. It doesn't give me that option. I use Simplify 3D. Okay, it went out to sync when I did the scene change. All right, so probably, all right. Oh well. I'm using Spanner Hands Neon Red. Da-da-da-da. It shouldn't be. I don't know why it's out of sync. Let's try like this. Turn and hide, advanced audio properties. Okay. Sync offset. Let's 100 millimeters, 100 milliseconds. I don't know. Not much, just clap once. Okay, so refresh your screens now and tell me if it's in sync. There. Spanner hands should be restocking very soon. Jan Sale, Merry Christmas from Sweden. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, buddy. Vincent Chung, hey Joe, I want to subscribe to you again, but due to recent conflicts at Patreon, I am unwilling to support the company anymore. Have you considered opening up an account with other subscription services? Yes, I have considered. I'm going to try to do something like personally, as in on my own website, like kind of like Patreon. Also, there won't be any extra charges to people who support me, and I get like, so if you pledge $1, I will get $1. I don't get like 70 cents as I do on Patreon at the moment. So let me do something very quickly. I'm going to stop the stream and start it again. Okay, so let's see how that works. But it looks like it could use a bit more part cooling. No, I'd say, honestly speaking, I'd say it's doing fine. The reason why there's a bit of drooping on the part of the eyes is because it's that first layer is printed completely suspended in the air. It's part of a torture test to actually see if it prints. That's why. What happened to the Orbalo project? Something else that I'm trying to find some time to work on at the moment. Next airbrushing video, hopefully very soon. But for now, I'll probably take like a week off for New Year's, spend some time with the family. What PLA do you recommend under 20 bucks? I don't know exactly how much the Meta Hackers build series is. Also, Amazon PLA is okay. What is your go-to printer nowadays? It's not the build plate that's wobbling, it's the camera that's wobbling because it's sitting on boxes to actually see this. What is my go-to printer nowadays? It's always Mark III, Pulse, CR20 usually. Those three. If it's something big, it's the CR10S Pro. Is Anycubic sure and reliable? It does have such a hype as Mega or Photon reason. So the reason why the Chiron doesn't have such a hype is because they kind of fumbled the launch of it. They could have done a slightly better job. I still like mine, I love mine, but it requires better drivers and an updated firmware. Still a bit glitchy on the firmware. But recently they have released the firmware. There's an update to it, which I need to do. And then you also update the drivers, and it's perfect. How's the stream now? Is it still... There you go, the health is good now. See, I'm noticing something now. It's okay, we're not receiving... Yeah, okay, it's okay. So it should be okay now. Joe, when was the last time when you have printed any upgrades to any of your printers? I don't think I have for a very long time, to be honest. And I miss those days. I miss the times where I used to spend some time tinkering with a printer. And that's what I want to spend more time doing. Did someone tell you that you were awesome, learned a lot in the past 1.5 year with at least 70% from you? Thank you very much. You're welcome, Manuel. It was a pleasure, dude. Thank you very much. Okay. That is the best I can do. The visuals are more important. It's weird. I haven't had this issue in like 2 years now. Most important thing is that the layers are consistent. Mini printers are quite good and you don't need to. It's true, most printers don't require really any upgrades. The Ender 3 is fun because you can upgrade, can do some upgrades to it. This could probably do like with a cable chain for the bed, stuff like that. Nothing major though. Seems like Core XY would alleviate ghosting over a purchase design due to the bed. Correct. Because you don't have that inertia of the mass on the bed. Hi Joe, happy Christmas to you and your family. Great video. I have the Push i3 Mark III now, just a few months ago. Very pleased with the printer. Awesome. Thank you very much, Andre. We're done. We're done. Okay. That's loud. So, let's do this. Hold on. Give me a second. I just need to switch that off. Okay. So, Now, let's do this. I need to turn this around. Okay, so let me do this bed thing here, because this is like a magnet. See? That is so cool, I have to say. I love this bed magnet thing. Okay. Just gonna have a quick look at it. This thing is awesome. So you can see all of it, and there it is. So you can see a little bit of salmon skin, like where his mouth would be and where his belly button would be. But other than the salmon skin, see the seams are aligned at the back. Everything else, awesome. They know you are done in the house next to you. What did I do? Ah, the sound. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here for now, and I'm gonna call that a huge success, actually. Turn this around a bit. Now, hopefully, this won't bother you that much because it's slightly out of sync. Hopefully, it sorts it out a little bit. 9.8 out of 10. I'd give it an 8.5 easy 8.5. I think for the price, great quality printer, very solid. Very little work needs to be done to it. I really wish they start using original E3D Hottons. But yes, with TL smoothers, I'd definitely give it 9.5 in terms of quality, in terms of print quality. All right, so that is it. Print is done. It's 10:15. This is open source firmware. Let me see if I can find. No, I don't have the settings here. I think it's Marlin 1.1.8, if I'm not wrong. Is the camera in front of you? That's off. Yeah, that's a bit old now. So this is, okay. It is. I don't know why. Hold on. I don't know why. So let's do this. Let's do this. It's much easier. There. How's that? Okay. That's better. No? Yes? Problem fixed? Perfect. All right. So I want to thank you guys for coming by tonight. I feel like I'm a bit too close to the camera, so I'm like, hold on. There. Okay. Sorry. Let's get a bit more festive. There. Okay. So I want to thank you guys for joining. I want to thank you guys for sticking around with me this year. Another year has gone by. Channel keeps growing, and I appreciate it. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank my patrons for their absolutely great support. There were a few months in this year. If it wasn't for them, I probably would be without a house. I want to thank you guys for watching. To those who donate, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have no idea how much that helps. And I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This will be the last live stream of the year. I'll probably have another video coming up next week. The week after, I might spend a few days with my family. And we'll see where the year takes us. But in the meantime, that is it. Another awesome year has gone by. So hopefully, maybe next year, maybe something happens. I hit my viral video, and I get to reach that magic 100,000 subscriber number one day. But yeah, we'll see. That is it for me. Thank you guys for coming by. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for keeping me company, for asking questions, for allowing me to share my knowledge, and for hanging around. And if you could just, right now, right this second, press like, I'd love you even more. Also, more than like, press that bell, because I think YouTube doesn't like sending out my notifications. But yeah, just in case. All right, so that is it for me tonight, guys. Thank you very much for watching once again. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you guys and all your families. I love you loads, and I wish you all the best.